Here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average peak aesthetic rifle setup enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video is we're going to discuss the elephant in the room when it comes to rifle setup and something that I think a lot of you are overlooking based on the current trends and I guess the firearms industry or gun culture and stuff like that. Before we get down into it, the emoji for the video is going to be an elephant. Some of you guys already know what I'm getting at with this. Leave an elephant down below. We're going to discuss the elephant in the room that is the secret to actually getting good with your rifle and the secret to what I think a lot of people are overlooking when they're getting into firearms and just getting into shooting in general, because I think sometimes you can be overwhelmed, a lot of people anyway, get overwhelmed with this idea of I need this gun or that gun, I need this optic, that optic, should I run red dot, LPVO, ACOG, barrel length, should it be 5.56, 7.62, etc. guys. Even down to what color should I paint my rifle, what company should I get it from, should I have a fixed front sight, what price range do I need my optic to be? So I'm going to tell you my thoughts on all that right now. Leave your elephant in the comment section down below. Like the video if you enjoy my content. It helps out more than you know. $5 a month is what gets you access to our Discord server. There's going to be a link down below for the Patreon. If you are a real OG follower of the channel and you are not yet subscribed to the Patreon, I need you to consider becoming a member, okay? I'll send you a DM for the Discord server. It's where we stay up late and talk about all your favorite camo paint jobs on your favorite rifles, okay? Instagram, if you want to see the lifting content, there will be a link in the description. Last but not least, if you need some of these bandoleries or the things that go in them or anything like that, check out the link below for Palmetto State Armory. Mega-based PSA. They are the sponsor of the channel. They've been here from very close to the inception of the channel, so huge shout out to them. Okay, guys, so let's talk about it. What I have out here today is my Mark 18, okay? One of my students was actually asking about this exact gun today, and I just figured I'd want to break it out and show it to y'all, okay? So we'll just go in typical Grand Thumb fashion from tip to butt. Standard Daniel Defense flash hider up here, 1000 lumen light, okay, from Streamlight. It's just a rifle light. Pretty good, like $150 or $200 optic, okay? We got a D-Ball A3 on here for night vision shooting. I have PVS 14 White Phos, so having a D-Ball is obviously legit. I have the middle of the road SIG optic on here. I have like 5 of these things. I treat them like absolute crap, and this one is all dinged up, as you might be able to see in the video, okay, and it is still running great. Behind it I have a magnifier, EOTech magnifier, that's probably worth 2 or 3 of these, okay, but I put my money on things that work. The EOTech, the Steiner D-Ball A3 and the EOTechs work. The SIG optics are cheap and you can drop them and they don't break, okay, so that's what I like. And yeah, so everything on this gun. Oh yeah, and I have a blue BDU or I guess woodland colored adjustable sling from Blue Alpha Gear or Blue Force Gear. I always get that one wrong. It is Blue Force Gear, okay? So that is the gun, and obviously I rattle canned it, and it is a pistol. The lower is a Daniel Defense lower as well, okay? So as close to a Mark 18 as you can get without it being full auto and obviously SBR'd. I say all that. I'll show you the other gun, okay? So that Daniel Defense is the gun I shoot the most. This is just a 16-inch Colt, okay, with the same, I believe, the same exact optic. I told you I own a bunch of these things. This is a Colt 6920 with the same type of paint job, 16-inch barrel. Obviously, the Daniel Defense has a 10.5. So this is a Colt 6920, 16-inch fixed front sight. Same optic, super minimalist gun. A lot of times I'll put obviously a white light right here where you can see it's missing one, and I'll have the same type of sling whenever I'm rocking this thing. So I show you these two guns for a reason. Post down below, what do you think the price difference is between this Daniel Defense build from everything you see on the gun, okay, to this Colt 6920 kind of retro aesthetic, not all the way retro, obviously, but more of a old school vibe with this kind of Magpul Colt 6920 versus the Datum Defense. I want to know what you guys think the price difference is between these two guns. Now, the reason I have them out is because that is the secret to getting good at shooting, is obviously dry fire and shooting the gun, shooting competitions with the gun, keeping your platforms the same. And yes, I said platform. If all of your rifles are set up with a red dot and a magnifier across the board, and they're all set up in the exact same manner, that is how you get good at shooting, okay? Building out 15 different rifles that sit in the safe and you don't shoot, like if you put an LPVO on one, LPVOs suck, by the way. I have a whole video dedicated to that. But if you put an LPVO on one, an ACOG on another, red dot on another, and iron sights on another, and yes, I know I'm hurting some of y'all's feelings, but it's the elephant in the room. To get good at shooting, you have to have repetition. It needs to be simple, reliable, and repeatable, right? Same thing with as kit setup. It needs to be simple, reliable, and repeatable. So why are guys choosing intentionally to have 5, 6, 7, or more setups when they really only need one setup across the board for every single rifle that they own, and then there you go. If you train on the same setup and it's always the same, every time you pick up the gun, any of your guns in the safe, however many you have, they're always the same exact index for everything you do, guess what? That is how you get good at shooting, through dry fire and repetition with your weapons. Now, that doesn't mean somebody that's really good with a setup like this isn't going to be good with an LPVO or an ACOG or something. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to be a outstanding shooter, you need to master your weapons, okay? So you don't need to make your weapons more complicated than they need to be. You need to decide based on the terrain and what the area you live in, what type of optic and what needs to go on your carbine, and then you need to repeat it. And you shouldn't be just buying weapons and putting them in the safe for no reason, okay? Yes, obviously have some on standby, but you need to actually shoot the guns. If the number of rounds on your weapon doesn't start with 4 digits, right? So 1,000 or more, I think you need to just focus on break that gun in. You learn the weapon, get some dry fire repetitions with that weapon, and actually get good, right? Get good with the guns you own, because just having the weapons in the safe is not enough. You need to actually train and get good, okay? So the message of the video is it's okay to like red dot or whatever your optic that you're going to end up going with, right? It doesn't matter. The point is to make all your rifles the same. Simple, repeatable, and reliable. If they don't follow those simple rules, then you're not going to be effective, in my opinion, okay? When I pick up any of my weapons, whether it be my 16-inch Datum Defense, this Colt, this Mark 18, any of my AKs are even set up with the same type of red dot and magnifier setup. I think the only exception I have is my CMMG has an EOTech on it that's like an AR pistol, right? But they're all set up the exact same way. White light on the front right, Steiner D-Ball A3, and a red dot or EOTech, okay? Because the reason being is I want them to be simple, repeatable, and reliable. I would steer you guys to try to exercise the same sort of discipline and try to get good. Get good with the rifles you already have. You don't need to fill the safe with unneeded equipment. Obviously have backup weapons for you and your loved ones, but you do not need to feel the need to have 40 different rifles. If you can get the job done with 10 or 5 or whatever, then whatever you need is get really good with the ones you have. That's what I would encourage you to do. Stop searching for the perfect rifle build. You need to find what's good and perfect for you, not what the internet says, but what you are good with, what you can actually put rounds on steel with, and you need to train with that weapon. Actually buy ammo and actually shoot with it. And stop searching for whatever the internet tells you this week is the perfect build. Because let me tell you, you can ask any Reddit or any gun tuber what the perfect build is. All we can really tell you is what works for us. And for me, this is a good example of what works for me, okay? Something set up just like this Datum Defense Mark 18. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what has worked for you. And let me know what price difference you think between this Mark 18 and this I use this gun when I want to be lazy. It's a super lightweight gun. I know it might not look like it, but I use this gun when I just want to run and gun with a super lightweight build. This thing fills that need for me. Thanks for being here, guys. Let me know what you guys want to see next. If you got this far in the video, that means you're one of my real ones. You need to consider becoming a member of the Patreon. Like I said, guys, it's $5 a month. It gets you access to our Discord server. All right, guys, leave your elephant comment down below. And until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average, perfect rifle setup enjoyer, signing out. Cheers.